I ain't got a good look at him yet. He's good enough. He ain't no baby for sure. Hey, good morning, folks. Brother Cross here, BJC Outdoors. Hey, we're down here on Tennessee River this morning, man. On a cold morning. Supposed to warm up nicely this evening in the low 50s, but this morning it was 17 degrees right now. Everything in the boat froze, man. My drift socks froze up. I caught me some shad late yesterday evening. I wanted to try to do it in the warmest part of the day, so it wouldn't be, because I know it's going to be so cold this morning, man. I really didn't want to deal with that cast net, because they freeze up, you know. Be a solid block of ice. But anyway, I caught me some good sized thread fin yesterday. They was, 6-7 inches long, and I got some bluegill. I got live bluegill in a cooler. But my thread fin are froze solid. They was a solid block of ice this morning, so I just put some water in the bucket. Hopefully they'll thaw out here in a minute. But we're gonna start out with bluegill and end up using both as the morning goes on. We're kind of close to an area that we fished the last trip. Didn't do any good, really. I'll be honest with you, but I couldn't fish the areas that I wanted to. Well, I figured the bigger fish would be. But this morning we're starting out in some warmer water with about 45 degrees. Well, I put the boat in this morning, it was 36. It was iced over, man. I had to bust ice coming out of there. Usually don't even come out when it's like that, man. But today's supposed to be such a nice day, and especially later on in the day, it's supposed to warm up nicely. So I was gonna come out here and try it, man. We're gonna give it all we got today, man. We're gonna try our best to find a big fish. Or we're gonna start out trying to find some fish, and then we're gonna work our way up. But I'm gonna get these out, man. I'm gonna throw out 4 rods out the back, anchored on the bottom, using the same hook, man. Mid-Atlantic Catfish Company Bounty Hunter 10-aught hook. And like I said, we're gonna chunk a few bluegill out here. My thread fin, they pretty much froze chunk of ice right now, so I'm gonna have to let that water thaw them out for a little bit. But anyway, I'm gonna get these out and see if we can catch us a good one. Y'all stay tuned. Where we're starting here this morning, we're in about 20 foot of water. I just done a little scanning down through here. I did mark some pretty good fish. It's just a big old log down there, man. It's laying on the bottom. I've never actually fished this spot, but I have been in this area many times, even on the last trip. But I was coming here doing some scanning and seen that tree, seen fish on it. I thought, well, I'm not going to bypass that, man. I'm going to check it out. I am running floats this morning on my rigs, and I'll show y'all that in just a second. That's just a half of a 3-inch pig float right there. I cut them in half, especially using these small baits. It's not really for nothing more than just to hold it off the bottom just a little bit, because where I'm going to be fishing today is where we're going to end up is going to be pretty shallow. And these fish are sluggish right now with all this cold weather and cold fronts we've had coming in. And the only reason the float's on there is just to hold that off the bottom just a little bit, and gives them a little more visual, to what they're smelling, and hopefully it'll entice them to bite it. Because I prefer to have my bait stuck on the bottom when I'm anchor fishing. But we're just trying something different. Like I said, it gives them a visual of what they're coming after. If that bait's laying on the bottom, they're just swimming up through there. Catfish can't see real good anyway, but they can see. And if they're swimming up through there trying to find that bait, it just gives them something to kind of go ahead and commit. Hopefully that's what we're hoping for anyway. So just something different, man. I have run floats on anchor rigs, but I hardly ever do, because I do a whole lot better with mine on the bottom. And the areas I fish, it's not a whole lot you can get hung on anchor fishing. So a float to me is kind of worthless. Now I do use them in certain situations. You know, if the current's real strong, something like that, you know, I'll put a bigger float on, and definitely if I'm dragging, you know, if I'm dragging, I'm definitely gonna have the old cat stumpers on there. But come here, boy. You ain't even got no tail and you jumped out of my hand. I don't know how, but you did. Just trying to space these out kind of up above this tree back here. Oh, well, it's really a log, but it does have a root base on it. And I guess that still makes it a tree. But that's what's so hard about fishing in the wintertime. For me, and I'm sure a lot of y'all too. You know, when you get done fishing, a lot of times you're cold and you're ready to go home, you know. And get to the truck, get warmed up. And a lot of times you get in a hurry and you put your stuff up frozen, or put it up wet, and then when you get it back out, if it's still cold, it's frozen. That's kind of what happened on this deal. Last time I was out, I was cold, man. The wind been blowing all day, and I never did. Usually I let my drift socks and stuff dry out, but that day I didn't. So this morning I'm dealing with blocks of ice. And the same thing yesterday when I went to get my cast net out, it was froze solid, just a chunk of ice. It's always good if you can, you know, if you got patience and time to let things dry out in the winter, and that way when you get it out, you know, on your next trip, everything's not just froze up solid. One thing we got going against us today too is shad kill, man. The shad, dead shad everywhere, and that was probably going on the last time I was out here. I just didn't see any. But it's time, man. The water temperature's plenty cold enough. It usually happens on the south side of the river first, you know, because of the cold north wind cools that water off first. And that's the water that was 38 degrees this morning. But, you know, even over here in this 45-degree water, there's shad floating everywhere. That can make for some tough fishing, man. You just about got to put one in front of it. But that's one reason I got caught me some thread fins or yellowtails, because they, you know, that's probably what they're chomping on right now. And if you can get in an area where it's not so overloaded with shad, you know, especially the dying shad, you can use the same bait that they're eating and sometimes do a whole lot better. So that's what they're keying in on, you know. Kind of makes sense now why I had such a bad trip last time I was out. We're right up above the warm water discharge. Oh, there we go, folks. Just throw these two out. Oh. That ain't a bad fish right there. No, that ain't a bad one at all. Sure ain't. Sure ain't. Come on in here, boy. You sure do feel good. Biggest fish I caught in a couple weeks. He ain't no monster, I don't believe. I ain't got a good look at him yet. He's good enough. He ain't no baby for sure. Oh yeah, that's a good fish, man. He ain't no. That's what I'm talking about, man. Said he ain't. Oh, come here, boy. Where you going? That rascal swim right out of that net. There you go. Then he swim right back in. Can't be making them kind of mistakes. It's tough as a fishing bin. He come off old. Little old Shad, man. Long, lanky rascal. But if you behave just a minute, I'll get you off her, I promise you. I promise you. He demolished them old 3 fin I had 2 of them on there. And he just ain't gonna sit still. He ain't gonna be quiet for sure. Had 2 3 fins on there. And just to kind of give it a bigger profile, which I got some pretty good size ones. There ain't no monster size ones, but that's good to know, man. Good to know. I'm gonna let these boats get by right here before I pick this rascal up. Oh, they bass boats, they don't care. They don't know what they're missing. Alright, buddy. Come on, let's get this over with before I get you back in the water. Because I know it's cold on you out here. Boy. Alright, folks, that's a nice blue right there, man. Tickled to death for that rascal. I ain't had one on that big in a few weeks. It sure does feel good. Well, alrighty, buddy. I sure do appreciate you. You just don't realize how much that means to me to know that you in here. Man, folks, that felt good, I tell you what. That's a fish. I seen my line moving, he picked it up and swam with it. He dropped it again. They sure are sluggish, man. I was thinking about pulling them up and just moving back about 30 yards. I mean, I'm just kind of bumping around out here seeing what I can get on. Like I said, got that fish first as soon as we started right here, so that tells me there's some fish. Oh, take it, boy. I don't understand that, man. I think he may have stuck himself. Yep, he did. He ain't much to him. He just twirling, and exactly what I thought it would be. The old channel cat. The old channel cat. buddy. You don't hear me say this a whole lot about channel cats, but I really appreciate you today. I appreciate anything I catch today. Nice channel right there, folks. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. I was taking my floats off my line because I'm fixing to put shad on everything, because that seems to be what they want. So we're gonna give them what they want and go all shad. I'm sure these bluegill ready to get out of my tank anyway. They've been in there for about 3 days, so I'm probably I'm gonna hold on to them for a little bit just to make sure that I'm making the right decision, and probably turn them all loose. But I think I'm gonna get them all baited up with small bait, small shad. We're gonna pull right back up here where we was at and set up. And I mean, that's the only biting fish I found so far this morning. And you know, this time of the year with this shad kill going on and cold fronts like it is, I mean, you know, if you find biting fish, you better stay on them. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna get everything set back up, and like I said, we're only 50 yards from where we was at a while ago, but pull back up here and set up on that school of fish and see what's in there. We know there's one good one in there because we caught him, but I just kept getting a bunch of small bites, and that's the only reason I moved back. But there we go, folks. Just got them back out and went up there to get me a cooler, gonna get me a drink out, and turn around, this rascal was bowed up. I don't think he's no big one. Nah, he ain't. What in the world? Oh, me. Folks, that's the first for me in a long time. Years that I've caught a drum. He's a rough looking old dude too, man. He's been down there around that old steam plant water too long. Now that's hit like a catfish right there. I ain't caught a drum catfishing in years, because usually the bait that I use they won't eat, but they will eat these shad. There ain't too many things in here that won't eat this shad. Folks, that killed that drum. He's floating right there behind the boat. And I don't know why. I mean, I barely had him hooked and he come off. But he floating right there dead. Or dying. So I'll tell you, you don't know. You don't know what's around these old nuclear plants, man. They're not supposed to be putting nothing in the water that'll harm anything, but that dude there come up and got him a breath of fresh air and killed him. We're gonna give him a few more minutes here and probably go hit something else in a different area. Not a lot of current. I mean, I'm just hoping I got some current on my area that I want to go check, because that's going to be a make or break kind of deal there. Take it on, son. Quit playing with it. That's why. That's why I left this spot in the first place. The reason I backed up, I was trying to get away from the smaller bites. Man, I've got scales all over everything. It ain't even old channel cat there. There's channels in here too. That's probably what the deal is. The little nibbling bites I was getting. That I was trying to run away from. these guys. Nice channel though. If I was gonna catch them, that'd be the size I'd want to target, or bigger. Well, thank you, buddy. He had a hemorrhoid. That's the second fish I've caught over here had a hemorrhoid. I'm telling you, man, there's some strange stuff goes on around this place. Pull a fish out of the water and it killed him. He looked like he was half dead when I caught him. He looked bad. Oh, eyes about sunk in his back of his head. Man, it is slicked off to be beautiful. 30 minutes ago, it was rough as crap. I hope it stays this way. I'm gonna give them about 5 more minutes here. I'm gonna eat me a little snack. Then we fixing to pull out here. I think I'll run upriver and check some of that stuff up there I've been wanting to check. And then work our way back down. This is a good spot here. It's a tiny shell bed out here, right here behind me. It's almost so small you can't find it. And usually if you can hit the right spot, if you can hit them baits on it, there's usually some fish on it. Yeah, that one is getting a bite. Sure is. Take it on, son. Maybe a channel. I mean, don't make no difference to me. We'll take whatever wants to bite. Take it on, big boy. Or little boy, whatever you are. We'll take you. If you're little or big, it don't make no difference to us today. Folks, I was wondering if we was gonna get another today. I ain't planning on staying out here too long, or too much longer. That's the old channel cat. Muddy rascal too, boy. But I sure appreciate you, man. Sure do. I'm gonna let you have him, Shad, because I got plenty, and I'm fixing to dump them all out right here before I leave. So you hang around, you have all you want. We're gonna give him a few more minutes here before we get out of here, because I really like to catch a blue here. Just to show me that they're at least close to where I think they will be. They will be next week, no doubt. Next week's gonna be a game changer, folks. I got work the first of the week, so I can't come out till the end of the week. But by then the water temps will be warmed up some, and that's going to be the game changer of the whole deal with the water temp. Y'all see how that wind's blowing the boat around sideways? There's not hardly any current. Well, it really ain't. I'm just kind of at the mercy of the wind, letting the wind hold me straight. But then the wind shift starts blowing out of the west-southwest, and it blows the boat around. And then it'll switch back out of the east and blow the boat back around. So I'm just dealing with it. I'm gonna quit complaining about it and just deal with it, because that's all you can do, you know. I'd rather be out. Oh, come on, take it, big boy. I know what you feel like, but that's perfectly fine. Another old channel cat. Well, buddy, that's where you know it's bad, folks, when channel cat are covered up mud, because them jokers are usually pretty active no matter what. Blue cat are full on dead shad, and the channel cat are, I reckon they'll eat regardless. So. We definitely ain't complaining about no channel cat today. That right there, got one on it too. I think he stayed on there. Yeah, he did. He's a tiny one. I don't think he did. No. He hit it though. He sure did hit it. One thing for sure. During the shad kill, if you got anything else you can fish for, go fish for it. If you got anything else you need to do, you need to go do it. Because it will get good. You know, in a couple of weeks it'll be on fire. Like I said, this next week warming up the water, it's gonna make some good fishing. Get these things back where they need to be. You know, the bigger fish. And like I said, we only caught one blue cat. You know, this morning, and well, here it is. It's right at afternoon, about 12:30. I've been all over the place. Probably, I figure a lot of it's because there's no current, but you know, to really position the fish anywhere. But they're just gorging themselves, man. They're somewhere wherever the shad are dead. That's probably where you're gonna find most of the fish, and that's not taking place on all the lakes or on all the waters. Even on this lake, you know, there's parts of this lake that ain't having any shad kill at all. But you know, to find those areas that's got shad but not dying shad, it's not easy, you know. You know, the shad kill's hard, man. You know, you got the conditions against you. You know, with the cold fronts, that shuts the fish down. You know, them channel cat have mud all over them. They're stuck in the mud, and so if you take the cold fronts coming through plus the shad kill, man, that's a good reason to stay at home. But you don't know if you don't come out here. You know what I'm saying? Because last time I was out, I didn't think nothing about the shad kill, but it was tough. We've had a better day today than we did then, and today's tough. We caught more fish today, but it still, you know, really it wasn't any better. We caught that one good fish, you know. That was a day maker, you know, on a day like today. That's a day maker fish for sure. I'm thankful to get him. But like I said, I wouldn't care if we sit out here and caught 20 channel cats. You know, that's a fun day to me. But when you're in an area that's got channel cat and the channel cat won't even hardly bite, then you know it's tough. Like I said, is it the shad kill, or is it the cold fronts? You know, the backside of the cold front. Probably a little bit of both, but you know, who knows which one has really got the most effect on them right now. Thing you can do when the conditions are like this which I didn't bring mine today, but you can drag planer boards and cover water, you know, and you'll pick up more fish. You'll find, you know, what few fish are biting, or you may run across a big area that's got a lot of fish on it. You know, you can get several bites. That's the best thing to do when it's tough like this, is just cover water. I love to anchor fish. That's my thing. I just but really only if I can fish the areas I want to fish. And this area right here is one of them. I've caught a lot of fish right here, a lot of big fish right here. All right, folks, we're finna wrap this one up, man. Been a tough day, man. Like I said, that's just the aftermath of a shad kill. You know, that's the way it goes. You know, when that happens on any lake, it messes up the fishing. I wish I'd known that the last time I was out, because I was wondering why it was so tough, you know, the last time I was out, and that's exactly why. But I seen the dead shad this morning in the shallow water up by the ramp. And like I said, I should have known with the water temperature being 38 degrees when I got out on the water first thing. And it's only 41 now, so it's not warming up much. And that's what's going on, man. The water's just too cold. The fish are inactive. Even with the shad kill, you know, I bet their fish are just laying around, you know, just eating what comes to them. And it's hard to fish like this anchored up, you know. We could have brought some planer boards, but I didn't think nothing about it there in the truck. I should have put them in the boat, but I really wasn't planning on doing that today. Because I don't like to start doing one thing and end up doing another, but sometimes that's what you got to do. But I could have covered water and probably done a little better, picked up at least a few more channel cat. But you know, that ain't what we out here for. You know, I come to do one thing, and sometimes I'm stubborn and I shouldn't be, but that's just the way it goes. But anyway, man, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me today. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. I'll catch y'all on the next one. See you then, and God bless you.